Hey folks, Mr. Dell here. We are looking at a problem that is a proof, but we're going to just rearrange the proof so that way it's in logical order. So this one is coming from CPM's Math 2, so Integrated Math 2, section 7.1.4, specifically number 7-49. So we'll read it, we'll go from there. So it says Carolina compares her proof to Penn's work in problem 739. Like him, she wants to prove that AD is parallel to EF and BF is parallel to CG. That if those are parallel, then this is my if, so that's my given, right? If that's parallel and that's parallel, then we want to prove that A is equal to D. And we're looking at A being an angle and D being an angle. So we want to prove that those two angles are equal. So it says, unfortunately, her statements are in a different order. Examine her proof below and help her decide if her statements are in logical sequence to prove that. So let's see what we got. So our first statement is AD is parallel to EF, right? So if I look at my image here, there's AD and EH, right? So those are parallel lines, and that's because given, which is true. From that statement, we've got A is equal to B. So A being angle A is equal to B, congruent to B, and that would be also true because we have this line BF is a transversal if those two lines are parallels, right? So it says if lines are parallel, alternate interior angles are equal. So that those are considered alternate interior angles, A and B, and yes, they are equal. So that statement is fine. Then it says BF is parallel to CG, which is true, right? But not because of substitution. That would be because of given, right? So we need to rearrange. So we're going to take that off the table and instead write the given, because that's what we have as a given statement is those two lines are parallel. So let's look again. We've got, now we're saying BF is parallel to CG because of given. So we rewrote that statement. Then it says B is equal to C for the given, so that's not going to be true. But why? Why would B equal C? Let's look at B and C. B and C. Well, if I have those two lines are parallel, B, F, and C, G, then we would consider this line here, EF, a transversal. And so if you have those two angles, this would be the reason we'd want for that statement. If lines are parallel, corresponding angles are equal. So that statement, so we'll cross that off from there, and it goes here, right? So if we can rewrite it, lines are parallel, then what's true? Corresponding angles are equal. So that statement needs to go um, where it says B is equal to C, this, or that reason for B equals C. Okay, so let's keep going. So now we have A equals C. Well, A equals C. So how can we say that? A equals C. Well, if we have A is B and B is C, right? So I have A equals B and B equals C. Well, B's are the same, so we can say A equals C, but why? We can say that because of substitution. So in this case, I don't have room there, so I'm going to write it right underneath it. This reason would be substitution. Okay, that's what goes here. That's what the reason there, substitution. All right, let's keep going. And we're in logical order so far. C equals D. We just had to rearrange our reasons. C equals D. So I can say C, angle C is equal to D because vertical angles are equal. And this is true. So statement 6 and reason 6 are okay. And then finally, my proof, what I wanted to prove is A is equal to D. And we can say that by substitution. Is that true? Let's check. So we have A is equal to C, right? And C is equal to D from my statements previous. So if that's the case, we can replace the C's or put these two now, A and D, equal to each other because of substitution. So now we're good. Proof is done. Put my little box to say all done. All right, there we go.